I hope that you guys like the ambiance of children screaming in the background and me dressed as little Bo Peep. I really don't care for this hat too much, but it does the job I need it to do, which is shading my face. I really feel like it looks like a fucking tortilla bowl. You know, the things that they like serve taco salad in sometimes, like the crispy ones. I feel like that's kind of what this hat looks like. And getting rid of my old one was a mistake. Okay. There is that. But I was thinking. People have such a fucking weak sense of self. A very weak sense of self. A really weak value on themselves. It amazes me. It baffles me. It baffles me when I see it in me. It's amazing. You know, and I think everybody is trying to ascend, especially if you're like a spiritual person or really like self-help. I want to develop and expand type of person, and I'm dedicated to becoming better as like a virtue type person. You know, like I think people get so scammed into, and when I say scammed, people are gonna be like, who's scamming me? Is it the people selling the books or writing? No, they're scammed too. It's just a scam, okay? It's a scam. The way you interpret it is a scam. The way sometimes people interpret it, like ascending or becoming whatever, whether it's like becoming enlightened or just becoming a better person or becoming this, is like a scam. And I know that there's gonna be little fucking roaches in the comments that are like, you're saying that because you can't be a better person. You can't. I've been a better person, didn't get me shit anywhere. It got me a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of I've been what other people would think is a better person. It made me feel like shit inside, right? And everybody else feel good because it benefited everybody else except me, right? And I thought the scam was that I thought it benefited me, right? Did not. But now that I'm a little more outspoken, and I don't really care about like placating to people's feelings as much, I just say what I think. There is a crying dog in the window that won't eat his fucking food. We'll worry about that later. But now that I kind of don't care, and I care about this first, I care about me first. Some people are like, oh, you're horrible, because they're not benefiting off of you. So I would rather people think whatever they think, and me feel how I want to feel about myself. And that's something I don't see in people. People are not strong in that. They don't trust that it feels good, especially if they're in like spiritual community. Sorry, I'm gonna keep looking over him because he is whining. He's whining. He won't eat his fucking food. I've tried everything. He's being very, it's my mistake because I've been mixing his dog food with like cheese and cat food. So that he'll eat it, and now he won't eat regular dog food, and he's becoming a little bit of a prima donna. So anyway, no sir, no. Okay. Anyway, especially in the spiritual and like self-help communities, they're all, it's like the scam of ascending in one way, whether it's self-help, spirituality, just anything that's like about personal growth and expansion or whatever. It's about ascending, right? Becoming a more either enlightened version of yourself, a better version of yourself, a kinder version of yourself, a more whatever version of yourself than you are right fucking now. Okay, right now. It's selling you the idea that that's more perfect, more of a virtue, more of something to be proud of than where you are right fucking now. More of something to be valued than who you are right now. it is like a whole grass is greener on the other side. So you try to fucking skip this grass and go frolic around in the other grass. And the funny thing is that you can't do that. It just turns into quicksand. It turns into quicksand. You get stuck in the mud. The, what's it called? I just realized the kids are gone. The ambition some people have to escape who they are, right? And become something I think is better. That like something is better. Keeps them where they're at, or at least feeling like shit. You might act a little different. You might act a little different. Doesn't mean you're really transformed, you know, in a way that you are proud of, in a way that you are satisfied with or happy with, or that makes you like, oh, I'm me today. Oh, I can't believe people don't feel that. It makes me sad that people don't feel it. You never feel like, if you never felt like, ooh, it's a fucking wonderful day to be me, and you don't have to like, you don't gotta be rich, you don't gotta, I don't know, you don't gotta be kind, you don't gotta be spiritual, you don't gotta be this or that. You just gotta be you. It's a wonderful feeling. If you never experienced that, oh my god, that feeling does circles around the feeling of acting in a way that makes you acceptable. It really does. It really, really does. And the truth is that when you accept who you are right now, and you really own who you are right now, and you really have that feeling of, ooh, I'm me, it honestly paves a way for you to be transformed. It paves a way for ascendance in a way that might be different than the ascendance, or like striving, that different person or different way of being that you were striving to be before. But it's one that you're going to be more proud of. It doesn't steer you a wrong way. It does not steer you a wrong way. What it does is it steers people and situations that really are not in alignment with who you authentically are the fuck away from you. And thank God for that. Thank God, or the universe, or the goddess, or myself, or nothing if you believe in. But thank something for that. There's good. It should fucking be like that. It should fucking be like that. It's beautiful like that. This really does look like a tortilla chip, huh? That's beautiful like that. People make a virtue. I did, you know, this isn't like, I definitely made a virtue out of like, for a lot of my life, of how can I be more understanding, gentle, kind. I wanted to be more everything, you know, and it's really weird. I wanted to be more everything. I wanted to be whatever was admired most. Because that's what gets accepted. If you could be a little bit of everything and be very good at everything and be very good at pleasing everybody and be very good at being admired by everybody, well, you get accepted everywhere. And that's survival. That's survival. It's survival for the monkey brain human. It really is. It's survival. It is, I'll make it through. to go against the grain feels like death. Feels like death. And maybe the biggest fear is fitting nowhere. Fitting nowhere with your beliefs, your personality, the things that really matter to you, the things that don't. I bet this thing looks like a tortilla from the side. It sure does. Or it kind of looks like, I'm hungry. This baby is making me hungry. Yeah. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And, I get that it's like a financial, it's a business for some people. It's a way of keeping people compliant. But I have so much respect. No matter what you believe. And I'll be quick to tell you if what you believe I think is dumb. And I don't believe it, but I change all the time. Everything's changing all the time. Everything's constantly in motion. But I have such a respect for people that aren't really weighed down. I have a respect for people who aren't people pleasers. I always have, even when I wasn't as outspoken as I am now, and as fearless maybe as I am now. And I won't say I'm fearless, everybody's got fears, but like the things I was scared of before, it's completely different. Okay. And to the degree that I'm scared of things is very different. But even before I spoke my mind, even before I did a little mocking thing, even before I didn't care so much what people thought, when I did care, I always admired people who didn't. I admired polarizing people. I admired very blunt people. I admired I admired snarky, smug people who owned what they did. And I'm not talking about fucking serial killers, dude. But even to a degree, that is a little interesting, okay? It did interest me just because of not being so emotionally burdened by empathy, because I used to feel like I was. And with empathy, what people think about how empathetic I am. It was like, that was like my prison warden. That's what it was like. It was like having a prison warden, keeping me in check all the time. But I've always been drawn to people like that. People who aren't scared to call something dumb. People who could joke with a sense of humor. People who weren't very virtuous. But it's funny because I was always striving to be virtuous, to be... I was always striving to negate discomfort. That's what it was. I just did not want to be uncomfortable. I think that's what it is for a lot of people that don't want to be uncomfortable. They don't want to be uncomfortable in a social situation when you're like, oh yeah, well, I disagree with this. I think this blah, 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 or that's actually pretty dumb, or don't really want to be here, so I'm gonna leave. Just things that are not being themselves. It's still that, what did I used to call it? Immediate radical honesty. That's what I said. Immediate radical honesty, or immediate self-expression in a moment. And sometimes it's, I don't know. I don't know. It baffles me. It baffles me, and I think for a little bit I was pitying people that felt like they couldn't feel like this, right? I started feeling like this, and then I pitied people that did not feel free in themselves and in their own expression, and yada yada yada. And now I don't. There's not really pity. That was still kind of me trying to feel bad for people that still are not rising up in the power of their own expression and are still chasing some pinnacle perfect. Now I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for some of you. I really don't. There's no, I don't feel bad for you. I feel embarrassed for you. I feel scared for you. Kinda. Not really scared. It's more like, it is more like an embarrassment for you. It's a pathetic feeling that is replaced with the pity. And I know pity is like a pathetic feeling too, but there's no pity. It's, why the fuck aren't you doing what the fuck you want to do? Why the fuck aren't you being you? And why the fuck are you pointing your finger at everything else saying, oh, this is the reason I can't be this, and this is the reason I can't be this, and this is the reason I can't be this, and this is it's your fucking fault. Nobody likes to hear that. They really don't. They want to hear that there's no doer. Or if there is a doer, there's a devil that's holding you down from going this way towards the light and God. There's bad negative energy vamp. It's all fucking you, dude. It's you. It is you. It's you, and it's your fault, and it's your doing, and it's your undoing if you choose. Why aren't you living the life that you want to live? Have you put your power somewhere else? Are you sleeping in a prison cell with the door wide open thinking, convinced that you can't get out? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? It's your fucking fault if you feel like you can't be yourself. And I always used to, it was pity party central. That's what it was for myself. It was pity party central. It was like, oh, I'm so depressed because this all these and people are gonna be like, you're not empathetic towards depression. You don't know who you're talking to, and I'm not gonna explain because I don't have to. But really, so much made up blockage, right? So much make-believe blockage we put on ourselves for why we can't live the life that we want to live. Be proud of the person that, because that's what you want. You want to be proud of the person that you are. You want to be like, oh, I'm me today. Sorry, pregnancy boobs. But you want to be like, oh, I'm me today. Everybody wants to fucking feel like that all the time, and you can. You don't need a bigger bank balance. You don't need a perfect relationship. You don't need all your friends to comply. You really don't need anything to happen for you to feel like that. So why aren't you? Right? Why aren't you? Why aren't you? You know, even if this whole thing is a fucking what's the word? Even if this whole thing is a big old simulation or whatever, nothing's really happening, which, you know, sure, okay, whatever, nothing's really happening, but it's really fun to pretend that it is. It really is. It's way more fun than, I'm sorry, sitting there like, Ariana, okay, no offense, that's a whole other fucking thing. Some of you guys have been asking me like about what happened with that, and that was just me giving my opinion about what some creators are like, and it turned into this big old fucking thing. But yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna be never mind, I'm not gonna be talking about it. But maybe I will later. I'll explain a little later in a way that's not as, I don't want it to come off really, what's the word? Drama-y, because I really don't care. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what the fuck I was saying after that. But I think the idea that anybody or anything is preventing you from having that feeling of, ooh, I'm that girl, or ooh, I'm that dude, or oh, this is me, this is my life, I love me. Oh my god, like, do you ever, people, something like, people hate that. They think it's so narcissistic. It's so non-humble. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't come here to be humble, bitch. I came here to be me. So you can go keep that humble shit over there. You can. You can. You can. You really can. Do not come here to be humble, a kind, a servant, uh, convenient, low maintenance. I didn't come here to be any of that. I came here to be me. You came here to be you. If you have a problem with somebody being themselves, it's because you're not really being yourself. It just is what it is. It just is what the fuck it is. Alright, this video is gonna take like 4 to 6 hours to fucking upload because it's over 15 minutes long, so whatever. But I miss talking. I hope that the cool people are cool still. I hope that the non-duality, conceptual non-duality roaches are exterminated. I hope it's very obvious that I don't care to talk about how nothing exists anymore. It's not as interesting. It's not as fun. People are like, you don't have an awakening. I guess I'm gonna go into it then. You didn't have an awakening. Yeah, because it's not what matters to you. It's so much more fun. Who the fuck wants to sit there like nothing exists, I don't exist, when all this form is appearing and that's the only thing that you know. That's the only thing that you can experience. You don't know anything else. I'll live and die by that. Yeah, I will. It's a hill that I will die on. But yeah, you guys have a nice day. I can go feed this baby.